Morning, guys. I'm back. It's been a while since I posted. That's because I've been super busy the last few weeks getting stuff on the farm done, getting beans sprayed with their final foliar pass, and um, hitting the road, I guess. So this is my last 8 or 9 days. This is where I live here in Nebraska. I went out east, visited a bunch of farmers and customers we have out that way, walked a bunch of fields, went up north around Chicago, up through Wisconsin, Minnesota, up to North Dakota, kind of doing my own little crop tour. And I would have to say this is probably the poorest crop I've ever seen as far as conditions. Now, there's a lot of corn that is good, and there's a lot of beans that are good too. But what I mean is, there is a lot of spots where it is yellow just driving down the highway, and you should not see that in August. Um, this southern leg that I did, a lot of that was due to too much moisture. But then once we got into Minnesota and up north here to North Dakota, they're facing drought, kind of like what we are in Nebraska. But luckily, I'm irrigated, so most of my stuff is looking really good. And the rain started coming. Like Nebraska was weird. We were dry up until August 1st, and then it's just like somebody turned the spigot on, and now every chance of rain there is, we seem to get something. So we're going to finish out pretty strong. I wish that was the case for everybody, but we can't control Mother Nature. But I wanted to share a few quick tidbits of this trip, some things that we saw right off the bat. Again, we have tons and tons of data to process after this. So um, here's a picture of a gator I was in. It was out in Indiana. Some of the samples we pulled out of this place. Place that does research, and apparently they used our products on a lot of stuff, so we're collecting as much data as we can, and we're gonna hopefully have some good yield results on that. Now let's see what else I got. So these are some soybeans that were treated with our biology in furrow, and what I like to point out, I think these were Indiana soybeans. So these soybeans had super wet feet all year. If I can try to show you with my phone, you can see the nodules really big here and out there. So for having really wet feet, they're handling it really well. Pod counts are down in that area just because of the moisture. We couldn't. It was fun walking out in the fields because it was just so muddy. They had just gotten more rain the night before, so everything was super wet. But here's another picture. The nodulation on these soybeans when we're putting our biology on is just absolutely amazing. All of the little small skinny roots, they're packing on nodules. It's truly a good sight to see. This field, I think this was in Illinois. This was an Illinois field, and you have a huge clump of nodules right there at the center. Same thing, all these little small roots they're putting nodules on. Here's a picture of farther out with more roots. So the roots are super long. They have been satisfied as far as moisture. They haven't had like a whole lot, and they did go through a dry period for a few weeks when we had that heat come through, but they weathered it just fine. With the soybeans especially, as you can see, more nodulation all over, and this here is just a huge clump of nodules, just massive. I've never seen anything like it. These soybeans have a tremendous root structure. Now to the ugly part. So this was up in this was east of Grand Forks, North Dakota, in Minnesota, one of our customers there. Now they are the opposite. These guys are drought. It was so dry that even the ear leaves were brown already. Um, the one thing I was kind of noticing on this is we have really good pollination on these top 3 ears. These bottom ears, actually, if you turn some of these over, it gets kind of ugly like that. I don't know. It's just the way I took the picture. I don't have a chance to take a picture again. But, anyways, you can see that pollination is an issue. Now, the difference is this had our biology, this did not. So, I'm pretty positive that the biology is helping the plants pollinate better because they're healthier, more nutrients in there. And I don't know. I guess I can't make that 100% assumption, but I can tell you the whole trip I've seen, everywhere we used our biology in the soil, we never saw a single pollination issue. Now, I'm not going to say there isn't one, but I will tell you there's more than one field where we saw pollination issues where we didn't put our biology, and we did. Now, you got to remember this is the same hybrid, same field, and we always go to the line of the split, and we're only about less than 16 rows apart when we do these, pull these ears. These are 3 consecutive years. These are 3 consecutive years. That's just kind of how we gauge things. Now, it doesn't matter what this is and what that is. At the end of the day, we all know it's what the combine brings in is how we judge everything. So we'll be looking forward to those results too. Another thing I want to show here now, this is not our biology and no biology. This is no biology, but these are those ears from the previous picture. But just to show you how variable it is, this field here had our biology in furrow, and it was only less than an hour away. It's actually in northern North Dakota, and some of the best corn I think they've ever seen up there this year. And it looks really good, but they've been getting timely rains. They are starting to get dry right now, but to get to this point, they had adequate rains. So that is something that was pretty cool to see too. So a lot of variability out there. There's a lot of good spots, a lot of bad spots, but I like what I'm seeing when people are adding the biology. So going back to some test results here. All right. So this is a soil sample I pulled. We analyzed it, and this is soybeans that does not have our biology in furrow. So the total microbial biomass is 895. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to the next screen, and that is the sample I pulled 8 rows over from the same spot. Oh, maybe not. Sorry, wrong way. This is it. So we're at 1,538 for microbial biomass. So we definitely increased the biomass. Now, the carbon and the nitrogen, we're at 448 and 73, 769 and 133. So significant increases in that. Biological carbon with the biology and the pounds per nitrogen. You guys can screenshot these and pause it or whatever to see the numbers. I know it's hard to see when I keep flipping. And then that's what you get on the untreated side. So a lot lower, significantly lower test results. So what does that mean? Well, I don't know if it means anything because the combine tells the story, right? So I only have a few seconds left here, but so if you zoom in, this is the beans without the biology. As you can see, there's a lot of pods not filled in. Okay, 8 rows over, this is what we're seeing. We are seeing pods filled to the top on all these plants. Lots of good pods, good fill. So does biology make a difference in our fields? The signs are looking like it makes a significant difference. Soybeans are the one crop that is really showing good response to the biology. So just wanted to share what I saw. It's a 10-minute video, so take with that what you will. Talk to you guys later. Bye.